Mercedes has just made one of the boldest and most controversial moves of the new Formula One era. Toto Wolff, the man behind Mercedes' domination during the hybrid era, appears to have shut the door on Max Verstappen, arguably the most dominant driver of this generation. Instead, Wolff is betting the team's future on George Russell and teenage sensation Andrea Kimi Antonelli. But is this a masterstroke of long-term planning, or will this decision go down as one of Mercedes' biggest mistakes? Because behind closed doors, whispers from inside Mercedes hint at a very different story. There's talk of internal disagreements, secret meetings, and even the Mercedes CEO himself, Ola Källenius, potentially stepping in to challenge Wolff's decision. Meanwhile, Red Bull, Verstappen's current home, is facing its own internal storm. Christian Horner's dramatic departure and concerns over the Red Bull-Ford powertrain partnership have left Verstappen questioning the future. Could 2026 mark the biggest driver shift in modern Formula One? And is Aston Martin quietly preparing to take advantage of this chaos to lure Verstappen into their camp? Today, we're diving into all the drama. Mercedes' high-stakes gamble, Red Bull's internal struggles, Aston Martin's rise, and Verstappen's next move. And trust me, some of what's happening behind the scenes would shock even the most die-hard F1 fans. Toto Wolff's recent comments set the F1 world on fire. The direction is that we want to continue with George and Kimi. That is our top priority. Discussions are ongoing. Everyone is up to date. I don't think there will be any major surprises. It's not just about the team making a decision. The drivers also need to know where they stand. With that, Wolff made it clear that Mercedes will not aggressively pursue Verstappen for the 2026 season. For many, this was a shocking revelation. Mercedes, after losing Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari, had the chance to secure the reigning king of F1, someone capable of delivering instant championships. Instead, Wolff is placing his bets on Russell and Antonelli. Russell is no doubt talented. He's shown flashes of brilliance since joining Mercedes, but he has yet to prove he can consistently deliver championships under immense pressure. Antonelli, on the other hand, is a future star. But handing the keys of Mercedes' post-regulation era to a rookie could be a gamble that either cements Wolff's legacy or destroys it. The stakes couldn't be higher. Why would anyone pass up on Max Verstappen? Verstappen is a four-time world champion, and at just 27 years old, he's already rewriting the F1 record books. His raw pace, ability to dominate under pressure, and relentless pursuit of perfection make him a driver every team dreams of having. For Mercedes, Verstappen would have been the perfect successor to Hamilton. Imagine a lineup with Verstappen and Russell, two aggressive, hungry drivers capable of challenging Red Bull, Ferrari and Aston Martin head-on. But Wolff's choice suggests there's more going on. Is it possible that Wolff wants to avoid the political headaches that come with a superstar driver? Hamilton and Rosberg's rivalry nearly tore Mercedes apart a decade ago. Verstappen's fiery personality could bring similar fireworks, especially if paired with Russell, who isn't exactly shy about his ambitions. Still, walking away from Verstappen could be the kind of decision Wolff looks back on with regret. Here's where things get spicy. Ola Källenius, the CEO of Mercedes-Benz, reportedly doesn't fully agree with Wolff's strategy. For Ola, Verstappen isn't just a driver. He's a global marketing machine, a face that could take Mercedes' brand to new heights. Insiders claim that Källenius has considered bypassing Wolff to at least keep Verstappen negotiations alive. After all, Mercedes is more than just an F1 team. It's a brand with billions in sponsorships and global visibility. Verstappen's name brings instant star power and championship pedigree. This tension between Wolff and Källenius could become a real storyline in 2025. If the board feels Wolff is being too conservative, pressure might mount to bring Verstappen into the fold, no matter the cost. While Mercedes debates, Red Bull is far from stable. Christian Horner's shocking dismissal left a void at the top of the team. His exit wasn't just about leadership, it was about keeping Verstappen happy. Horner had always been Verstappen's biggest advocate inside Red Bull, shielding him from politics and keeping the team laser-focused on winning. Now, the dynamics are shifting. Red Bull's new powertrain partnership with Ford for 2026 is an enormous question mark. Ford has little recent experience with F1, and the risk of failure is high. If Red Bull fails to deliver a championship-winning car, Verstappen could quickly start looking for the exit. Rumours suggest Verstappen has performance clauses in his contract, outs that would allow him to leave if the car isn't competitive. This means that Red Bull's dominance is not guaranteed. If they stumble, Verstappen could bolt, and Mercedes or Aston Martin could be waiting with open arms. If there's one team perfectly positioned to capitalise on this chaos, it's Aston Martin. Lawrence Stroll has turned Aston Martin from midfield mediocrity into a serious contender. With a state-of-the-art factory, aggressive talent poaching, and the Honda engine deal for 2026, Aston is setting itself up to be a championship-caliber team. Then there's the Adrian Newey factor. While not officially confirmed, whispers suggest that Newey's technical influence could find its way into Aston's 2026 car. Combine that with Honda's power unit and Verstappen's talent, and you have a recipe for dominance. The only obstacle? Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll currently hold the seats. But contracts mean little when the opportunity to sign Verstappen arises. If Max gives even the slightest signal of interest, Alonso could be promoted to an ambassador role, and Lawrence Stroll would move heaven and earth to make it happen. George Russell may be Mercedes' future, but he's also in a make-or-break phase of his career. Russell is currently negotiating a contract extension. He wants a 3-year deal, but Mercedes prefers a 1-year rolling agreement, just like they did with Hamilton. Why? Because they want flexibility. If Russell doesn't deliver, they need the option to pivot, possibly even to Verstappen. This puts immense pressure on Russell. Every qualifying lap, every race weekend, every podium, or missed podium, will be scrutinised. With Antonelli waiting in the wings and Verstappen's future uncertain, Russell's seat is far from guaranteed. Max Verstappen's career is at a crossroads. He's achieved everything at Red Bull. Multiple championships, countless records, and a reputation as one of the greatest drivers of his era. But greatness in F1 is also about adaptability. Schumacher proved it by dominating at Ferrari. Hamilton did it by moving to Mercedes and rewriting history. Could Verstappen follow the same path? His contract with Red Bull runs until 2028, but performance clauses mean he could leave early if the team underperforms. If Red Bull fails to deliver in 2026, Verstappen might not want to waste his prime years waiting for them to catch up. The upcoming 2026 regulations will change everything. New power units, sustainable fuels, and aerodynamic tweaks will reset the competitive order. We've seen it before. In 2014, Mercedes leapt ahead of the field overnight thanks to their hybrid engine. In 2022, Red Bull adapted fastest to the new ground effect rules, leaving Mercedes scrambling. In 2026, no one knows who will dominate. Mercedes claims their new engine will be revolutionary, but Aston Martin and Honda believe they're on the verge of something special. Ferrari and McLaren are also investing heavily, hoping to end their title droughts. This uncertainty makes Verstappen's next move critical. Choosing the wrong team in 2026 could mean years stuck behind rivals. And that's not something Verstappen or his fans want to see. Christian Horner's exit from Red Bull adds another twist to this saga. Horner wasn't just a leader, he was the glue holding Red Bull's structure together. His departure raises questions about Red Bull's internal stability. Can the new leadership maintain the same winning culture, or will politics and corporate interference drag them down? If Verstappen senses that Red Bull is slipping, his patience will run out, and when that happens, the entire F1 driver market will explode. So, where does Max Verstappen go from here? Stay with Red Bull? That depends on the 2026 car. Move to Mercedes? Only if Wolff's gamble fails and the board pushes for change. Join Aston Martin? This is the dark horse scenario that could shock the world. What's certain is that Verstappen's next move will define not just his career, but the future of Formula One itself. Max Verstappen is standing at the most pivotal crossroads of his career. Mercedes believes it can win without him, Red Bull is trying to hold on to him, and Aston Martin is quietly waiting for its chance. But when the dust settles, only one question will matter. Which team will give Max Verstappen the chance to write the next chapter of F1 history? What do you think? Did Mercedes just make a huge mistake by closing the door on Verstappen? Could Aston Martin become his next home? Or will Red Bull somehow keep their starman happy beyond 2026? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another F1 deep dive.